All right, this says I'm live, so I'm excited to be with you. Brent Fricker here. Hope you've been enjoying the different interviews and such. Uh, I know it's interesting to watch someone do all this from their Facebook page, but that's what I do. That's what I do. Um, you know, so many times in your life, God is going to put you in a position where maybe you didn't think you would be doing what you're doing, but you end up doing it. And in your mind, or maybe your perception, you weren't expecting it, you didn't ask for it, but it was destiny. And God is a God of destiny. Your next step, life, there's ebbs and flows. You got to be able to roll with the punches. You know, there's new seasons, and especially for innovators, uh, pioneers. I'm a pioneer. I'm not a settler. Thank God we have both. We have pioneers and we have settlers, individually and together. Christy and I, my wonderful wife, have helped launch people and ministries and businesses more than we can honestly remember. And that's a good feeling. But, within that space, God always has you moving too. You got to be in motion. It's easier to drive a moving car than to push an airplane. Some of you feel like you've been pushing an airplane in your life. Maybe you're trying to make things happen. Well, that's good. That's admirable. There's four kinds of people in this life, and there's momentum. There's always momentum in life. Maybe it's negative, maybe it's positive. Moving forward, always be moving forward. I spoke at a men's retreat this last weekend, and I was recounting a paraphrase of a poem that the Buffalo Bills, it became their mantra. And of course, if you know anything about the Buffalo Bills and their Super Bowl history, look it up. But the poem was this: Fight on, good men, Sir Andrew said, for I am wounded, but not yet slain. I'll lay down and bleed a while and rise and fight again. Some people have a different variation of that. Fight on, good men, Sir Andrew said, for I am wounded, but not slain. I'll lay me down, or I'll lay down my sword and bleed a while and rise and fight again. Well, I tell you what, that's been my whole life. And as I'm talking to you, streaming in Dallas, streaming in Oklahoma City, even Hot Springs, Arkansas, Mena, Arkansas, Big Spring, Texas, Odessa, West Texas, Oklahoma City, and the list goes on. I'm giving you this word of encouragement. This is a new season. I have a new season too. I'm a little older than I used to be. I'm 55, doing pretty good, but I needed a solution in my health. And thank God I found it because the solution that I found, thanks to Brian Holmes, I've passed on to people like Ivan Tuttle and others, people who are encouraged. They have a new lease on life. Their bodies are getting stronger. They're having better rest, better blood flow, better libido, all those great things. And you don't have to have a problem to get better. I'm always interested in getting better. I'm always interested in the next season to be ready for the next season. And I've had a good run. I really have. I've helped start a lot of great things, and I'm very proud of my work in that. But I'm looking forward to this next season, and I needed to be ready. So, you know what? At any point you want to make contact with me, Brant Fricker on my Facebook page or bfricker@gmail.com, you can contact me, and I can tell you what I'm doing that is helping me physically and financially. But for this next season, I've helped everybody else. Who's helping me? Nobody. God's helping me. And I don't regret people that I've helped. But you know what? There comes a time when you have to plant your own vineyard, the time when you have to move forward into your assignment. And if I get to live a lot longer, then this my next assignment and goal is a couple of things. Number one, I want to encourage people, empower people, and minister to people anywhere in the world, regardless of their income status. I'll say it again. I want to help and encourage people all over the world, and I do in different ways, regardless of their income status. That's going to take finances. But instead of raising money or asking for money, I'm not going to do that. I'm doing what I do with my marketing and production, and in this case, something new as well, helping disrupt the fat loss, anti-aging space. And my interests were dire. I needed to lose weight for my back, and it was affecting my life. I go like I'm 20, and I'm 55. I still go like that. But thanks to my friend Brian Holmes, I no longer was spending $500 a month taking the shot and losing hair, not losing weight. But I was able to do a fraction of that and to feel better, to operate better, because we are operatives. You're placed on this earth to be an operative, and you have to perform as best as you can. And in America, we don't take very good care of ourselves. And so, but number one, I want to do that. I want to be a blessing to people anywhere in the world, regardless of their money. And so I'm using my money to do that. Secondly, I also want everyone out there who wants to encourage people, everyone out there who wants to bring people to the light. I want you all to do well. I want you all to succeed. And so from this point, I've always been doing this, but especially from this point on, my influences, just as I'm coming to you in multiple cities and states right now, I'm going to use in this next season my television contacts and platforms and online platforms and cable, national, local, global, regional, and in person. I'm going to use my influence to help you. And what's the best way to help you? Well, number one, I want to encourage you to be healthy. We live in a country in America where we are literally being poisoned in our food, in our water, our skies. It's not a conspiracy theory, folks. And there's a way to circumvent that. So I also want to help you. I want to know what you're doing. I want to know, what your impact is. I'm interested in you. So with that said, this next season of your life, make a determination to get it together in your mind, in your body, in your soul, in your spirit. Earlier I talked about four kinds of people when it comes to momentum. There's momentum in your life, good or bad. You're going in a direction. You're either going downhill or you're going uphill, or you're going in a direction. Well, there's four kinds of people with momentum, and momentum is a leader's best friend. Okay, I've helped a lot of leaders with momentum. Okay, and I'll do it again. There's a lot of people out there that need my help, and I'm looking forward to helping them. But number one, there's momentum makers. These people make momentum. They make things happen, and you gotta love them. There's three kinds of people when it comes to making things happen. There's people who make things happen. There's people who watch things happen, and there's people who say, "What just happened?" Well, momentum makers. I am a maker, and a lot of you are too. Secondly, though, there's momentum takers. They don't make anything. They just take. Take, 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 take. And when they're done taking, they move on to the next sucker. And then there's momentum fakers. They pretend to be along with your agenda, but they're faking. They have another alternative agenda. And that's life, folks. Every organization has that. I've said before, every ministry has a Judas. Well, it's true. So there's makers, takers, fakers, and then there's breakers, momentum breakers. They break momentum with their negativity. And we all have seen that. But the breakers don't do anything. They just break. The fakers, you reap what you sow. What's in the dark comes to the light. The takers, well, after a while, people start catching on to who they are. But the makers, that's who I'm talking to right now, live in multiple cities and states. I'm interested in you. And I'm also interested, especially if you're over 40, but this is working for young men too. Great testimonials as well. I'm interested in the mind, body, heart, soul, and your spirit, all of it. If you don't have your health, It doesn't matter how talented you are, you cannot execute your mission. I have a friend, Dean Navab, that I need to get back in touch with. That guy's an amazing guy. He's a specimen of a man. He's a motivator. He's got a lot to say. I can't wait for you to meet him. And Dean, if you're watching, hit me up because it's time that you go global again as well. But folks, I want you to be encouraged in this next season of your life. Make a choice, a decision to stop the world, to stop being a victim of this culture, overweight, addicted, in debt with a house full of junk. I don't want to do that. I've been that, but I'm not overweight like that. I'm not addicted. I'm not in debt with a house full of junk. Okay. We are to be free. We are to be pioneers, those of us who are called to make things happen, but we've got to be up to the task. We've got to be ready. So get ready in your body and in your mind. And if you're interested in what I'm doing that's working for me at the age of 55, hit me up. I'll hook you up. And if it works for you, a fraction of what's working for me, all you have to do is share it. You don't have to sell anything. If you can copy and paste, you can do something that will change the rest of your life financially, guaranteed, if you apply yourself. But first and foremost, it's time to get healthy in your mind, your body, your soul, and your spirit. Let's do it together.